My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
So I just did a video for the byline investigator regarding Harry lawsuit. This are the numbers. Let's go on Twitter. I don't want to go through that. So there are some tweets, about 3 tweets I would like to share with you to get them out of the way. Whenever I get to edit them, I edit them. 3 tweets regarding William, so I don't want to mix them with Harry's things. Okay. After trust in Kensington Palace was undermined due to a photo manipulation scandal being attributed to Kate Middleton, tabloid tried to drag Prince Harry and Meghan Markle into the mess with false allegation against professional photographer. So let's see this. Oh, that's an article. By who? Politics USA. Tabloid false accuse Harry and Meghan of manipulating images like Kate Middleton. They're blaming Kate. I don't know why. I don't think it's Kate. I'm sorry. It's just, the one who's in control. Okay. After trust in Kensington Palace was undermined due to a photo manipulation scandal being attributed to Kate Middleton, tabloid tried to drag Prince Harry and Meghan Markle into the mess with false allegation against professional photographer. It's been an embarrassing few months for Prince and Princess of Wales, Kensington Palace, culminating and being deemed no longer a trusted source and linked to North Korea and Iran after Getty Associated Press agency France Press and voters halted distribution of a photo of Kate Middleton with her kids because it appeared to have been manipulated at its source. On Monday, a second photo taken by Kate Middleton of Queen Elizabeth II at Balmoral in August 2022 with many of her grandchildren was flagged by Getty as enhanced at source. After news outlet issues a kill notice for a Mothering Day photo of Kate Middleton with her children that had been manipulated to the point of being an inaccurate representation of events, on Wednesday, Reuters updated its procedures related to vetting images from Kensington Palace after confirming a second altered photograph, a spokesperson said. This is what I was saying. I said, because the one that AP had called out saying it's fake, it's because the squad, people on social media were talking about it. And then it took them that long to come and take credit that they don't want, who said it's not valid. And one of the things that I've said is that how many other pictures prior to that one, the Mother's Day photo with Kate with the kids, okay, how many of those prior to that were submitted to news agencies as being accurate? Why did it take them that long to take the one to consider the second one is fake? All right, so that's that. Okay. Pete Sosa, the former presidential photographer of both Barack Obama and Ronald Reagan, he was around there too, point out that the Middleton Mother's Day photo manipulation wasn't just Photoshop. I read that his tweet in one of my videos, the person, Pete Sosa, point out that the Middleton Mother's Day photo manipulation wasn't just Photoshop, which is used to process professional images, but rather a fake or altered image, something he pointed out that former President Donald Trump also did while president. Okay. And so naturally, on Wednesday, Rupert Murdoch's Page 6 jumped in to accuse a professional photographer of digitally enhanced Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's son Archie's christening portrait based on an editorial note and Getty's system. Okay, however, this note has since been removed. My God. And Getty has confirmed the image was not altered. Photographer Chris Allerton called it not only false but defamatory to suggest her materially changed the image. Wow. These people are crazy. Quote, it will be utterly false and indeed defamatory to suggest that I had somehow changed or materially manipulated any of the subjects or content of the image. And this is what Pete Sosa was saying. You know, for the light, you could make something dark, lighter, or whatever. But the core thing, the images, the trees, the person, wherever they were, the minute you took the picture, this is the original. But once you start moving the person or you're moving trees, you're doing that, that's a complete different image. Okay? From the original. How did that note get there? Again, they're proving themselves. This is exactly what happened to, what's his name? The book, The End Game. Okay? With, what's his name? Omid. They did the same thing. My goodness, maybe the note was there while the photo was under review, as it seemed all royal photos are right in the wake of Kate Gate. But then why isn't that note on all the photos? But professionally photographer and recent Oscar nominee for his short film The After, Missen Harriman, wrote that the note should never have been put there. Wow. How come I didn't come across that tweet? Okay, let's see here. There's a link to it. Okay, so there's that here. I've just spoke to Chris Allerton. Getty Image should never have put that editor's note on his image. I'm sure Getty's Image will make a statement about this in due course. More importantly, the newspapers should have spoken to him and Getty to be 100% sure before publishing what has now become a global non-story about his work. He is a great photographer who doesn't deserve any of this. Please leave this man alone. Okay, Getty Image director stating, we haven't confirmed that new manipulation has been done to this image and the note has been removed. Can you send me the director's note? Director's post. Okay, let's see here. Prince Harry and his beloved family continues to stand tall and upright. They have nothing to hide, and that is why I have so much time and love for them. They are rising in my estimation every day. Okay, so there's that here. Need to address the UK media doctoring Meghan's pictures. Okay, so that's a very good question here. Okay, so he was asking for the note. We don't see it. Okay, so this is different story. I covered this lengthily by line. So let's go back to this. Oh shoot, what the hell? Okay, so I click on this. The after we read, I just read Missen's tweet. Quote, I've just spoken to Chris Allerton. Getty Image should never have put that editor's note on his image. I am sure Getty Image will make a statement about this in due course. More importantly, the newspaper should have spoken to him and Getty to be 100% sure before publishing what has now become a global non-story about his work. He's a great photographer who doesn't deserve any of this. Please leave this man alone. So that's from the tweet. This is not the first time tabloid media has tried to conflate what's happening with Kate Middleton's photographs with the Sussexes, who left royal life in March 2020 and eventually settled in Southern California. Last week, the above-mentioned Missen Harriman was falsely accused of manipulating an image of the Sussexes' pregnancy announcement for their daughter, Princess Elizabeth. Harriman responded by doing what Kensington Palace still has not, which was to share the original and the metadata. Alright, so I shared that with you in one video. He showed the color version of it and then the metadata of the image. And that's all Getty was asking. AP, I should say. AP was asking Kensington Palace. They didn't do it. That's because it doesn't exist. Okay, so there it is here. I shared that with you. Okay, it's notable that both of these instances of false accusation of photo manipulation play, perhaps unintentionally, into online conspiracies about the Sussexes' children, which are steeped in dangerous racism. Both accusations about the photos of the Sussexes are also not only false, but neither image have the cloning issues that the two images taken by Kate Middleton have that are visible to even untrained eyes once you know where to look. News agencies are currently on high alert for fake and deceptive AI images and video, along with deep fakes like the fake call using President Biden's voice to tell voters not to vote that day. The fake Kate photo was offering to their fans an attempt to convey that she was okay, even though they hadn't seen her since her surgery announcement, when it turns out to be fake. Concern grew. News services are combined. This is the thing here I spoke about in the last video with the TMZ one. They, pretend they're walking, was it William and Kate and whatever. First, TMZ probably said it was okay. And then I came across a BBC video where Kensington Palace say it's, legitimize that video. And then later, TMZ come out and say when they look closely, it doesn't look like him. So they're throwing him under the bus, making him dance like a fool. News services are combing through photos from Kensington Palace now, which many royal supporters think is unfair. Some supporters say everyone does it. Nah, not like that. Not like that. You can't insert people left and right and say this is what truly happened, because these are supposed to be documented for history purposes. Okay, you're making us believe this is what happened in certain days. Okay, but that's the point. People at home putting on a filter or photoshopping a family photo because it's hard to get a good one of screaming kids is not the same thing as a photo shared by members of the royal family, especially during a period of time in which the Princess of Wales has not been seen since Christmas. Okay, however, unlike King Charles, who has also been battling health issues, the princess was not seen leaving the hospital, and neither were her family seen visiting her, other than a brief one-time visit by her husband, the Prince of Wales. I mean, this, you could also say it's fake, performative, okay? Wasting people's tax money, making it seem like there's an emergency. I saw the calls going wherever it was going to have it recorded. I mean, why is he doing that? I don't understand. Why does he feel like he has to do that? Okay, the secretiveness of Kensington Palace became the center of international attention when Prince William failed to show up at the last minute for a memorial service for his godfather, for which he was scheduled to speak, which took place on Windsor Ground, where he is said to live. You can't make this up. He was supposed to be there. He didn't show up. And he lives there. Oh my God. There have been a total of 3 sightings of Kate now, one of which involved her in a car with her mom looking unwell, distributed by the American outlet TMZ, please, which was not approved by the palace and so was not shared by British media. The second was this Mother's Day photo that was taken down from news services, and the third was a TMZ video published Monday, which is so grainy as to cause even more conspiracies to thrive. Of course, everyone is entitled to their privacy, but there are pretty standard ways of assuming people that a public figure is okay, including a clear video of the person opening cards from well-wishers or a still photo with a message to supporters. When these aren't done, it raises question. The backstory. Oh my God, I didn't know it was that long. It's almost done. Okay, the backstory. Perhaps the tabloid are keeping in mind that Princess Diana was chased to her death by a tabloid photographer, although her mother, Charles Spencer, point out that the scrutiny of Kate Middleton is not as dangerous as the press attention paid to Princess Diana. But then the tabloid do not show the same level of concern for privacy for others, like Meghan. Awareness of the difficulties experienced by several married ends is being raised for Americans, which is likely not a welcome outcome, given that it corroborates issues raised most recently by the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. It's troubling to see the impact of media intrusion, especially on women, whom our culture loves to build up and take down low. from Diana to Hillary to Meghan to Britney to Camilla to Kate. Misogyny is thriving. For example, Kate Middleton took responsibility for altering. That's what they said, but I don't believe it's her who's writing all of this. Whoever's in control of the media thing, of whoever's posting this thing, that's not Kate. I don't know. That's not Kate. For example, Kate Middleton took responsibility for the alteration of the Mother's Day photo that led to the highly unusual kill notice. At the same time as British press were saying how terrible ill Kate was, the original photo was also tagged as being taken by her husband. It's hard to imagine Kate working away in her sickbed to create a fake photo. There's that. But then a recent video published by TMZ and The Sun show what we are told is a healthy Kate Middleton carrying a bag after her abdominal surgery. The internet is not buying this video either, though. It's worth asking why her husband isn't shouldering the responsibility for a photo he supposedly took. When racism is added to this toxic mix, it can become untenable. In January of this year, 2 neo-Nazis were jailed for 15 years for terrorism against Prince Archie, the first child of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in 2019. A far-right teenager who branded Prince Harry race traitor and suggests he should be, that's the word here, was jailed for 4 years. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle were recently chased by photographers in New York City after an event. In February, an NYPD letter presented as part of a lawsuit by Prince and Britain substantiate the couple's claim. Let me see if this one is clearer than the one. Okay, I'll leave these. Okay, so that's an article. I'm not gonna read it, but I'll leave the link in the description for you guys. Okay, I thought it was the police report, but the one that I have is very grainy. Okay, that they were victim of reckless paparazzi chase. These threats of violence against the couple and their children are alarming and raise question about why the tabloid are trying so hard to drag the non-working royal Sussexes into dispute or disaster, knowing that the hate being stirred up is dangerous. Prince Harry is currently suing several British tabloids, that's on video 1, British tabloid over allegation of unlawful news gathering tactics, which they deny, and has recently settled a suit with the Mirror Group. On Wednesday, March 20th, lawyers for victims of unlawful information gathering, including Prince Harry, will seek to add further explosive allegation into the mix. Sources have likened the allegation to a crime novel in which the twist read like a mafia story. It's in video 1 that I just did. Byline Investigate reported. Indeed, early on Wednesday, the current editor of The Sun, Victoria Newton, has just been named in Prince Harry's High Court case for allegedly unlawful information gathering. It's notable that many of the outlets mentioned do not disclose this potential conflict of interest in their articles on the couple. As the royal family grapples with this photo PR crisis, trust in the stability of their role is being undermined. If we look at that in the larger context of the attempt destabilization of the West and add in that Russia ran a false story days ago claiming that King was dead, we can see connection to our own institution crisis in the US. Yes, they all tie in. They all tied in, as well as the result of exploiting hate and division. Yes, I remember when I first started doing PYTE and I'm talking about different things, and some of the squad were saying, I don't care about this, I only want to hear about the Sussexes. And one of the things I said, they all tie in. If you care about the Sussexes and these things that I'm sharing, they all are connected. If you don't like, just don't click. I try my best to create, when I do the thumbnails, I try to make it as reasonable to what is in the video. Okay, so you could know if you could click on it. Okay, all photos from Kensington Palace will be reviewed, and that will likely include photos of the Sussexes when they were working royals. And when it comes with this paragraph here, that three in a marriage, I don't know, I feel like she's a mold. She's working, doing the thing to destroy within. And we're seeing what's happening in the US. There's almost a similar thing that's happening in the US. That's within. I mean, this is a huge investment they made to do that, where they don't have to send their people on the battlefield to destroy those two countries within. But if Harry was over there to help the other brother, that won't be happening, but the other one fall for it. But let's continue. All photos from Kensington Palace will be reviewed, and that will likely include photos of the Sussexes when they were working royals. But remember, when they were working royal, Harry and Meghan had no control of what being done. They just show up and do what needs to be done. Okay, but the tabloids, some of whom are being sued by Prince Harry right now, are wrong to conflate a false photo with their general hate machine against the Sussexes. The world is watching now, exactly. And it turns out that much of what Prince Harry and his mother, Princess Diana, say about the tabloid is true. There it is here. Just watch how soon they try this again. This disregard for professional reputation of the photographers or the threats against the subject. That's a very... I'm surprised. I didn't expect this to be very good like that. It's point on. So let me pause for a second to put it on the list. So I put on the list. Now we are on Twitter. Let's see here. Let's pause. Okay, they are validating everything that Prince Harry and Meghan said about them. All right, let's listen to this.
That I came to understand that not only was I not being protected, but that they were willing to lie to protect other members of the family, but they weren't willing to tell the truth to protect me and my husband.
Exactly. Let's see that.
I mean, the saddest part of it was this wedge created between myself and my brother, so that he's now on the institution side. And I get, part of that I understand, right? That's his inheritance. So to some extent, it's already ingrained in him that part of his responsibility is the survivability and the continuation of this institution.
And that's the thing. Harry understood that. And this is where they went wrong with, not wrong, but they direct him, William, into that. To make him believe, to be a king, you must. This is it. You must trust the tabloid. Be friendly with them. Let them into your private life, so they could cover you in a positive way. Meanwhile, they're gathering information, everything that he's doing, his stupidness and everything, and then they're gonna use it against him. That's all it is. Harry understood that, but Harry understood the boundary. Okay? There's the boundary. You're supposed to respect my boundary. When I go out, do engagement, hey, feel free to take pictures. But when I'm with my family, my friend, stay the F away. That's not work anymore. This is my private life. But William let them in every aspect. So that's what's happening here. Now they're using it against him. You see the parallel, the damages that's happening in the US and in the UK. So it was systematic.
There's been an unbelievably sad breakdown between the brothers.
They always used to be in step, and they're clearly out of step now.
That day, a story came out saying that part of the reason why Meghan and I were leaving was because William had bullied us out.
Which was true.
Once I got in the car after the meeting, I was told about a joint statement that had been put out in my name and my brother's name, squashing the story about him bullying us out of the family.
A sign of public unity from the brothers, who issued a joint statement calling the report false, offensive, and potentially harmful.
I couldn't believe it. No one had asked me. No one had asked me permission to put my name to a statement like that.
Sad.
And I rang Em and I told her, and she burst into floods of tears, because within 4 hours they were happy to
There it is.
lie to protect my brother, and yet for 3 years they were never willing to tell
And I think this is the picture that they're using now, Kensington Palace is using now, to make it seem like it's fake. All right?
the truth to protect us.
Suddenly what clicked in my head was, it's never going to stop. Every rumor, every negative thing, every lie, everything that I knew wasn't true and that the palace knew wasn't true and internally they knew wasn't true, that was just being allowed to fester.
There it is. There it is. Okay, let's see. There's 7 comment under it here. Okay, yep, liars all. Prince Harry and Meghan continue to be validated every day. Long may it continues. That's an ad. Okay, the truth is not for all men, only he who seeks it. Very interesting. Okay, that's what they have done for years now. The UK press is the PR arm of the royal family. They are always trying to cover for them. Okay, great article. Love to see accurate reporting with context and background. Good work, Sarah John. Yeah, that's the article that I just read. Glad to see this being called out. This what KP does, attack the Duke and Duchess of Sussex day in and day out, year round, and they use the British press to assist them. This is exactly why they had to leave that bigoted family. Everything is being in display, and this is why the Oprah interview had to be done, because at that time this is the leverage that they had to tell their side of the story. But now what we are seeing is that they are being validated every day. Okay, excellent article laying out facts and issues with perfect clarity. It's a falsification, not photoshopping. It's extremely unprofessional and unworthy of a state institution, and it has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan, Prince Harry, and all of that. And the thing is that I think whoever put that picture out, allowed it to be out, is that they don't know the professionalism behind those things. Okay, I didn't even know about certain things with AP when you submit an image. I didn't know about that. So I think it's lack of knowledge about this to put this out. But then again, they've been going through it. They've been doing it. So they don't see any harm in it, because they think whatever they say, it was taken. So there it is. They're proving them wrong every day. Okay, per spare. They've done this to Prince Harry, all for his life, okay, all of his life, and to Meghan since their relationship became public. Kate appears to have been sharing manipulated images. Okay, we could say she is racist or whatever, based, okay, on what I saw when she went to the Caribbean tour. However, she doesn't have a say in there. This is where her friends should come and protect her. I'm sorry if some of you believe this. I don't think she is the one who's putting this thing out. I think it's the other brother who's doing these. And tell the workers to put those things out, or instruct people to put them out. I don't think it's Kate. I'm sorry. Because William have that jealousy thing, and he has power, control in the institution. And I'm sure before Kate put something out, she had to ask William, okay, because it represents him more than she is. Okay, per spare, they've done this to Prince Harry all of his life, and to Meghan since their relationship became public. Kate appears to have been sharing manipulated images for years and finally got caught. I don't think it's Kate, I'm sorry. Now KP and media attack livelihoods of photo professionals to protect her. It's not happening. They're calling them out. So there's this here. Alright. And trying to do this to put Meghan down, but there it is coming backfire. Ruder and Getty said portrait of Queen Elizabeth was altered after analysis and wake of Princess Kate controversy. Oh, what happened with all of these? Okay. I don't know anything. The only thing I was looking was with the light and shadows and all of that. So I didn't look closely with all of this. But you could look in the arm here. So what happened there? Oh, the arm looks weird though. Yeah. But I really don't know. There's all of this. So what happened there? Misalignment. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, observer picture this can show this weekend that rough edges of the editing process were nothing new. The photograph taken by Catherine at Balmoral and released last year to mark what will have been the 97th birthday of the Queen bears similar sign of digital alteration. Prince Louis appears to have been moved back into the frame, while locks of a great-granddaughter's hair shows telltale repetitions. Okay, back then, though the image was not utterly killed by the leading international photo agencies like the latest one because it didn't matter so much. But in 2024 is a different place, with crucial election taking place around the globe, including the UK and US. The question of what is safe to believe and has never been so pertinent. The public are aware of the peril of deep fakes as well as photo editing. Mobile phone, let alone good cameras, can take an instantaneous burst of flames and select the best bit of each shot before merging them convincingly into one image. These tricks are now widely understood. Okay, this is why he took his wife out of this hellhole. The media are in partnership with William and Kate and have been doing this since Harry was younger. Then got so much worse when he married Meghan. Harry said this himself. He is always used as the scapegoat even after he left for California. Okay, they lie to protect William and Kate, but won't tell the truth to protect us, Harry and Meghan. I'm loving the fact that no matter how Kate gets in, Willie, Kitty, and the British media have been totally exposed for the racist liars they are. Okay, you are witnessing what they've been doing to Harry and Meghan since 2017. They've been doing this since 2017, and in scandal, Harry and mainly Meghan were scapegoat. Why they are willing to lie. Okay, so repeating the same quote. The royal family, Willie and Kate, have been feeding Meghan and Harry to the vile UK media since beginning of time, and they still continue to do it. Okay, another reason nobody has any sympathy for Kate, she hasn't changed. This experience hasn't fazed her at all. She's just as hateful and revenge-seeking as ever. Okay, again, I don't know if I'm gonna say she's the one who okayed that to be public. I don't know. This is a good piece, and I'm pleased that someone is calling this out. Whenever William and Kate do something wrong, the British media try to drag Harry and Meghan into it because they know people are more likely to attack them. It's not fair and it's malicious. Okay, Harry and Meghan really speaks taken by professional photographers who will never risk their reputation to alter photos. KP releases photos taken by Kate Middleton. We know how good at her job she is. There's a life. She takes photos as well as she plays the piano. This is a great article, well researched and presented. Got a new follower. Okay, so let's read what's there. I was gonna stop. So there's the ad here. Let me read here. Bottom up. Kensington Palace tried to drag the Sussexes into it again. The Sussexes have no reason to lie or doctor photos. The others do. Okay, even Mr. TMZ himself, Harvey Levine, said this Capegate has pretty much proven what Meghan and Harry said was true. Now trying to bring her into it while the world is watching is making it worse. Okay, even that baptism pic has been edited. It wasn't taken or edited by Harry and Meghan, so not even remotely the same. Okay, this is a great article, well researched. Okay, so that was that. Okay, so let me do the next tweet. Which one? Let me pause. Okay, so there's this here. I'm gonna share that article on my community board with you guys. So let's see here. Imagine trying to defame award-winning photographers because a silly, mediocre, and untalented woman got caught splicing together pictures. Okay, so there's me here. Will is like, that's me responding. Will is like, quote, if I'm going down, Harry, you're coming with me. Okay, and Harry and the rest of the world are like, no fool, you already had Harry down. We're lifting him up. Our collective weight can't put Harry down anymore. You're going down on your own. All right, so these are GIFs. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's on point and of. Okay, everything and everyone is a potential sacrificial lamb at the altar of the patron saint of mediocre white woman. Kate Middleton. She is vapid, unaccomplished, and devoid of intellectual curiosity. That to elevate her, whole cities will be flooded just to just so she could float to the top. Useless. Again, I think it's William's doing. We will see if she's still okay, because as far as I'm concerned, we don't know where she's at. Every image or pictures they're saying it's her, we don't see her. Okay, what they do is perhaps not a big deal in the UK because they are under the thumb of the monarchy. On the other hand, internationally, they have lost all credibility. Their desire to smear name, to attack the integrity of these people will not go unpunished. Okay, can't speak, can't make pancake. Can't have an original idea, can develop a unique charity, can support her patronage of clothing, can support fellow women, can be a role model, blend the edges in her edited image like she blended her eye makeup pre-2011. She can't, oh my God. Okay, she can't do little, oh my Lord. Alright, after this, that said, I'm seeing people post Archie christening photo like it's a damn gotcha when A, that was a portrait taking and released under the aegis of royal family, and B, so what? This isn't primary school. It's not C, they did it too, as the Derangers like to remind everyone. Okay, I still think she didn't do it. Okay, I don't think so too. I still think she didn't do it. They just blame her. I think so too. Okay, this person understand. I think so too. Okay, I'm wondering if she is on a coma and we really is in denial about her ever waking up, and the big announcement will be them pulling the plug. Okay, if that's true, it's horrific and just makes their lying worse, in my opinion. So undignified. Yeah, if she's going, I don't even know why they're doing all of this. If she's bad sick, just leave it alone, ignore. Because they already said they're taking days off or weeks off or whatever. So just stay off social medias, go vacation or whatever. But they keep on responding. They know they did something wrong. Okay, like I said, it was similar to a weekend at Bernie's. I call it out. Something is not right. I don't think it's her. She could speak up or release a statement saying recollection vary, or she could force her tabloid friend to delete the article saying she did it, like she forced Statler and Telegraph to do in the past. As it stands now, she took responsibility and apologized. Same. Okay, so that's an ad. Let's go back. Okay, yeah, that agency is a heavy hitter. You don't play those games with them, because if they scorch earth, their photos will never be displayed internationally the way it once was, because let's face it, world news aren't checking for the photos in the UK like they do the Getty publication. Okay, even if the baptism pig had been altered, it wasn't taken or edited by Harry or Meghan. Okay, there's the difference. Okay, I know it's incredible. Really, they have no shame whatsoever. They have kids' brain. That's all. They think just because Harry's in the picture, Meghan is in the picture. All right. So once they do that, okay, this picture was altered too. Yeah, okay. But who did it? Not Harry and Meghan. They didn't have control of these things over there. What makes public represented by the institution? Okay, I think for the tabloid and the UK media at large, it has become a must win. They have backed the royal family and particularly KP on whatever they do. And of course, Sussexes are the enemies who have to be defeated. It will a grand failure if royal family fail, and naturally a failure for BP2. Why those people don't have the common sense? They are adult. They should know from right and wrong. The Palace is telling them to do BS, whatever the BS might be. They go along with it. Meanwhile, their reputation, the institution, they cannot be prosecuted, at least in their country, at least in the little island. But they doing whatever. Okay, I can only hope it was all worth it. Problem or piling up. Even the government asked for understanding. This is certainly not a controlling a situation. After this, that's it. She called herself amateur photographer. There's the laugh here. In this advanced world that we live in, every mother is a photographer. It's normal, but they make this history of art for nothing Kate looks like, or it's something extraordinary to snap your children's photos for the wear. Kate is good for nothing. Again, like I said, I don't think we should blame her on this one. I think it's the husband who's doing all of that. Okay, I think it's him. I'm sorry. They're just blaming her for it. Next tweet. Because this guy never take responsibility for nothing. He never take. I think by putting this picture out or whatever, look, because they put his name on it. He took the picture. That's what they said. He took the picture. So he was trying to get a little, I don't know, sympathetic, I don't know, some praise or some shape. Oh, I took the picture of the family, this and that. Now that it come backfired, look how they quickly remove him from it. So it's all he's doing. All right. For him to take a picture that wasn't even, all the people were not there. You just plug in different images, put this one here, this one there. I mean, come on. All right. William could have used this opportunity to prove he was ready to be king. Instead, he turned the British royal family into a global laughingstock. All right. There's the popcorn. All right. Or he's literally stood up to the world press, social media, and said, we told you all you need to know. Okay, and regardless how much pressure you put on us, we're not breaking. Okay, I think I respond to something. I'm sorry, but the idea that this cluster F is Williams, quote, standing up to the press, end quote, is the most delusional thing I have read in a long time. All right, so when things is moving like, oh, okay. Yes, the public response was predictable. His decision has subjected the monarchy, his marriage, and his wife to ridicule, but rather than take responsibility, he's whining. Okay, the entire crazy response is because people don't know what she had done, something that's none of anybody's business, nobody medical health is. They put it out there. What you guys have no credibility of saying any of this anymore after what you put Harry and Meghan through. No, you guys cover every corners. It's Harry and Meghan who decided to put a stop. This is why they're not living in the UK, because you guys wanted to get in every possible situation in their private life. They said no, and they left.
Shouldn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's two things here.
That's part of the deal.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right? And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, oh my gosh, your kid's so cute, that's fantastic, can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child? You go, no, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you. And then if they double down and say, no, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything. You know what, I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me. That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy. I think that's just a basic understanding.
On this particular case, the legal case was so clear-cut. That was almost the final straw after this long pattern of disturbing behaviour by the tabloids.
Yeah, what evidence is there that the press had a sort of an agenda against the Duchess of Sussex, that there was a personal animosity towards her, which fed a lot of this coverage?
I don't know if there's any evidence of any personal agendas or animosity. I think there is a huge amount of content published about Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They are good business. It's something crazy like 15,000 mentions of them online every day. So they are, the whole royal family, and particularly Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a really big business for the tabloids. And then we all know about negativity bias and how bad news, negative headlines tend to do better online, which is a really sort of unattractive part of the algorithms that are used. So I think all of that feeds into the coverage.
What do they really want when it comes to privacy?
It's not them who have said they want privacy. It's something that the tabloids have said about them that's latched on. They have taken steps when there have been blatant violations, unlawful violations of privacy. Of course, then they've challenged it because that's in line with their values. But that doesn't mean just because you assert your human rights that you then become some kind of Trappist monk and take a vow of silence and you're not allowed to discuss anything. That's not how privacy works. Privacy is about the right to own and control what personal information you choose to share with somebody.
What do they really...
And even still, they were trying to work with you guys, but whatever. The entire crazy response is because people don't know what she had done. Something that's none of anybody's business. Nobody's medical health is. The ridicule is only in the media, online. Stop watching, clicking, see how quick it stopped. Wait, that's something you guys should tell William, because that other Peter Hunt, I think, was saying in one of those LBC thing, radio.
They had a media strategy that could have worked, but is now in tatters, and it may have worked slightly better if at the get-go they provided slightly more information that would have given people greater understanding and greater understanding as to why they should back off, but they chose not to. So what they put into the public domain, as we've been discussing, is the abdominal surgery, not cancer-related. She wanted her personal medical information to remain private, and we wouldn't see her until Easter. So that was their decision. And I think all the thing you've been talking about, that stuff on social media, I think that spooked them. And in terms of contributing to the problems, being spooked, they then provided that Mother's Day picture, which had been photoshopped, amended, and that then added, as you've just been discussing, to more and more of these conversations.
So, Peter, how is the marriage between the centuries-old tradition of the British royal family and the ever-changing world of TikTok and social media, how are these two to be put together? How are these two to be lived in peaceful harmony?
I don't think they can. I think that I think what a process that the royal family could adopt is to try and just ignore the white noise. But they are struggling to do that, and I think what is making it harder for them is what Stuart was just saying. We have all read newspapers where they are saying, how outrageous it is on social media, but those same newspapers, as Stuart was saying, are then recycling some of that information. And so I think that is the crux of the problem. In a sense, it's the battle they're having isn't necessarily with social media, it's with what is on social media then being repeated in our mainstream media. And that is the challenge for them, and that is why we're at the position we're at now.
Where he whining from his own mouth, okay? It's nobody's business. Why did she issue a press release in the first place? Exactly. Her modus operandi is no event in January and February. No one will have even noticed her absence. Her first event, with a T, her first event is usually St. Patrick's Parade, and she's even skipped that a few times. There's that here. I had a comment somewhere. Alright, so let's read bottom up. Do I see my comment? My comment is not there. Alright, after this, Princess Diana disappointed in him. His story predicted exactly how it was all going to go with him in charge. Kensington Palace sound like a schoolyard run by 10-year-olds. I think so too. It's disgusting, and now it's being exposed for the world to see. William is not global statement. He is a failure at everything he does. The never complain, never explain might have worked decades ago, but this is a new era, and if there's one thing the monarchy does well, it's refusing to adapt to modern times. William is not ready to be king. Furthermore, I believe that William doesn't want the work that comes with being king. He just wants the title and money and perks. Yep. He doesn't want to do the work. The reason for the speculation of rumors is due to the surrounding circumstances. How can people not understand this? It isn't bullying Kate. It is concern for a woman whose husband seems volatile and she disappeared. Then photos are released that are manipulated. Cancel speech. Yep. At Kensington Royal has shown that William and Kate are nowhere near ready. In fact, they have now created a Kardashian style of media never seen before. How did that happen? Remember Bojo's sister? They want entertainment. There it is. They're creating entertainment for them. Okay. Would you have thought it's a mere Photoshop issue that could have a 1,000-year-old institution crumbling? Maybe it was was it this one? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, it's just you might. Okay, so that's not that. Okay, William will never be ready to be king. That was something I responded to. Let me see if I find it. Okay, so this is the response that I was looking for, but I think it was under that, or maybe it's a different tweet. But let me read that anyway, and that will be it. Prince Harry is in court fighting for accountability from the media that unalived their mom. Prince William is working with media that unalived their mom, blaming people because he decided to blame his wife for faking his pic he said he took, and claim he doesn't want his wife to end up like his mother. It's like, make it make sense. So there's this thing here. So because she posted this person said, how much does Marco pay? And Desmi responded, since you asked, she pays in the department of core values, self-respect, integrity, personal boundary, love of herself, husband, children, not just hers and others, nature. I don't think you know anything about these things. If you did, you won't be asking such silly question. Your check would have been deposit and confirm. But anyway, that's it. I need to edit. I have a lot to edit now. All right, so that's it. No prayers for them. Baggage for God. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
We ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better